Growing up, I grew up in what's considered the home mission field, and my dad was a missionary pastor, so he was a church planter out in Wyoming, Colorado, and I grew up listening to him sing this song every Easter, and it's one that we listen to even now in our family every single Easter. We got this cranking on the stereo, and this was written by Don Francisco, and it is one of the best songs about Easter ever. It's called He's Alive. The gates and doors were barred, and all the windows fastened down. Spent the night in sleeplessness and rose at every sound, half in hopeless sorrow and half in fear the day, to find the soldiers breaking through to drag us all away. It was just before the sunrise, I heard something at the wall. The gate began to rattle and a voice began to call. I hurried to the window and looked down into the street, expecting swords and torches and the sound of soldiers' feet. There was no one there but Mary, so I went down to let her in. John stood there beside me as she told us where she'd been. She said they'd moved him in the night and none of us knows where. The stone's been rolled away and now his body is in there. So we both ran toward the garden. John ran on ahead. We found the stone in the empty tomb, just the way that Mary said. But the winding sheet they'd wrapped him in was just an empty shell. How or where they'd taken him was more than I could tell. Back inside the house again, the guilt and anguish came. Everything I'd promised him just added to my shame. When at last it came to choices, I denied I knew his name. Even if he was alive, it wouldn't be the same. Suddenly the air was filled with a strange and sweet perfume. From everywhere drove shadows from the room. Jesus stood before me with his arms held open wide. I just fell down on my knees, clung to him and cried. He raised me to my feet, and as I looked into his eyes, love was shining out from them like sunlight from the skies. Guilt and my confusion disappeared in sweet release. Every fear I'd ever had just melted into peace. Heaven's gates are open wide. He's alive. He's alive. He's alive and I'm forgiven. Heaven's gates are open wide. He's alive. He's alive. He's alive and I'm forgiven. Heaven's gates are open wide. He's alive. He's alive. He's alive. We serve a risen Savior. He's alive. God bless you.